Here we are, day 4, and we're looking at submission. As a result of solitude, stillness, and silence, you can feel your heart becoming submissive towards him. You almost desire that he'd ask something difficult of you so you could say yes to him without offering any resistance. That's what abiding in the secret place of God's own heart does to you. You become mouldable, teachable, like putty in his hands, as he dispenses his life into you. He can do with you as he will now. You feel safe and secure. He means you no harm, only good. You no longer doubt his goodness. You're beginning to see the benefit of living in this place. You want to be able to feel like this all day, every day. Now you are developing the rest that God promised in Hebrews 4, 1-13. When the promises are mixed with faith. For as long then as that promise of resting in him pulls us on to God's goal for us, we need to be careful that we're not disqualified. We received the same promises as those people in the wilderness, but the promises didn't do them a bit of good because they didn't receive the promises with faith. If we believe, though, we'll experience that state of resting, but not if we don't have faith. Remember that God said, exasperated, I vowed they'll never get where they're going, never be able to sit down and rest. God made that vow, even though he's finished his part before the foundation of the world. Somewhere it's written, God rested the 7th day, having completed his work. But in this other text, he says, they'll never be able to sit down and rest. So this promise has not yet been fulfilled. Those earlier ones never did get to the place of rest because they were disobedient. God keeps renewing the promise and setting the date as today, just as he did in David's psalm centuries later than the original invitation. Today, please listen. Don't turn a deaf ear. And so this is all still a live promise. It wasn't cancelled at the time of Joshua. Otherwise, God wouldn't keep renewing the appointment for today. The promise of arrival and rest is still there for God's people. God himself is at rest, and at the end of the journey, we'll surely rest with God. So let's keep at it and eventually arrive at the place of rest, not drop out through some sort of disobedience. And God means what he says. What he says goes. His powerful word is sharp as a surgeon's scalpel, cutting through everything, whether doubt or defense, laying us open to listen and obey. Nothing and no one can resist God's word. We can't get away from it, no matter what. Time for a Selah moment, I think. Time to pause and think deeply about that.